Have I ever explained how much I love coffee? Well, today's a great day because we get to give some away courtesy of the Open Door Cafe. It's Coffee with Caden Day, it's Flashback Friday, and all of the answers you ever needed on CKPG Today. Always cool to celebrate incredible accomplishments here in Prince George, and one of those is sitting on the couch today. Jamie is Ms. Canada. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Caden.
Yeah, so talk to me a little bit about being Ms. Canada. Does it feel different?
You know what? Pageants are actually something I've done since I was about 18 years old. So being that I'm going on 34 years old now, something I'm somewhat used to. I've kind of been involved with them for most of my most of my adult life. But you know what? This one is really special. This will be the first international pageant that I've been involved with. So I actually hopefully get to go to Florida in July, given that we can make that work with with everything going on, of course. Yeah.
No kidding.
But that is the overall plan. So yes, holding a national title is very exciting.
Now, as Ms. Canada, do you have to like drink maple syrup and eat poutine kind of stuff? Or?
You know what? That is a little bit of a part of it in there. You know, that there is a little piece of that, and I do love my poutine and maple syrup, so I'm not many complaints about that one. So good there.
I like it. So yeah, talk to me a little bit about what your plans are as Ms. Canada and some of the cool things you got to do or get to do, because you're talking about this international pageant. What is that like? How different is that than a domestic one?
Sure. Okay, good question, actually. So with international, as you can imagine, there are girls coming in my category of Ms. from all over the world. So we've got girls from all over Australia, we've got girls from all over the UK, all over the States, of course, everywhere like that. We do something as sisters from around the country. It's called Sisters by Sash, where we try to create sort of, what I'm trying to say is a collective group of us who advocate for something that we really personally believe in or we personally feel strongly about. So in my case, it is still mental health and addiction. I know I was here 2 years ago, excuse me.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you're passionate about it, and I think the dedication and the long track record of that, I think, speaks volumes too. So.
Yeah, and it is great. So, you know, that is a huge part of it, is advocating for our platforms of mental health and addiction. Yeah. For myself, actually, mental health and addiction are topics that affect so many of us, and too often they are surrounded by silence and stigma. This issue is deeply personal to me, as I've lived it. I've known the pain, the isolation, the uphill battles. I've also seen the beauty of recovery, the power of community, and what it means to find strength in vulnerability, which is really very strong.
How hard is it for you to talk about? Because I feel like you have to get over that too, right? That is a part of it.
It is, yeah. For myself, it was about 10 to 12 years in a very strong addiction setting, I suppose you could say. It took a strong toll on me, and it was very, it definitely changed who I was as a person. So being able to come out of that through my pageants and being able to speak with people on this topic,
just like we're doing today,
is very special, and it's very, very close to my heart.
Yeah.
I find the problem that needs addressing is too many people suffer in silence because of the stigma. They may be afraid to speak up out of fear of being judged, and that's why these conversations matter so much, is the more we talk about it, the more we can break the shame.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. So part of what you have for us today is what you're going to present at the pageant, right?
Partly, yes. Yes, so that will be in my interview with the judges, that I will present this topic to them. Wow. I've also just created my own foundation. Haven't done too much with it yet because it is still in its infancy, very brand new. But it is called Shine for Strength and Sobriety. So through that, I really hope to be able to, you know, create safe spaces for people where they can be seen, feel heard, and overall feel supported without any shame.
Now, what would you say, Jamie, because I feel like this is a natural jumping off point here to talk about it, and I feel like it's, we should talk about it. What would you say to someone out there going through maybe the mental health addictions in that cycle? What would your words of wisdom be?
You know what, I'm going to keep this really short and sweet because it can be a very, very touchy topic.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're struggling, just try to know this. You are not broken, you're not alone. Help exists and healing is absolutely possible. There are hundreds of resources out there that may seem overwhelming and unreachable at this time, because when you are in that dark place, I mean, really, there's very, very few things that you can see right past the end of your nose, right? It's just that it just takes over so intensely. So do not feel alone. Do not feel like help is not out there. There are so many resources. There's AA, there's NA, there's different programs. Prince George actually has a host of support in different forms if you don't want to, maybe speak with your family about it. A lot of people feel very nervous in that sense, right? They don't want to come to their immediate family.
Yeah, it's hard.
But there are definitely, many other resources out there that you can seek.
Now we're running out of time here, Jamie, but one thing I did want to touch on for those who are wondering, the crown, or what do you call this?
This is the crown.
The crown,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Now this is something that you get, and it must be pretty cool to wear this around too.
It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite parts, of course. Who wouldn't have had fun with that?
No kidding. Well, good luck representing down in Florida, and I look forward to talking to you after and catching up because, yeah, the journey of pageantry is pretty cool to watch here with you and so many others here in our community who love doing it. So thank you. I've been told a few times before that this shirt looks like someone's old living room curtains or their old couch. Well, today we're going to find that out because we're talking about the Living Room Collective. This is the latest exhibit to hit the Omineca Arts Centre, and it's the subject of this month's Local Artist Spotlight. Let's head inside and check it out. Welcome inside the new living room here at the Omineca Arts Centre. Yes, I said living room because that's the topic for this month's Local Artist Spotlight. We got Amelia, we got Sheila, and we got Danny here. So excited to share a little bit more of their story and what they're all about. Amelia, we'll start with you. Tell me a little bit about what's going on here with the Living Room Collective.
Cool. So the Living Room Collective is a brand new collective coming to the North. We are about 25 to 30 artists in the North, and we've been exploring the idea of what is my living room? What's in my living room? What's alive in my living room? And how are we in community together doing this?
I like it. Okay, so in the living room, just I'm assuming here, painting a picture literally, but a wide variety of different types and things, just like what's behind us here.
Yeah, and it was a really interesting project because the idea of living rooms, they're kind of a challenging concept. So we think that everyone has a living room. We think that living rooms have always existed. They've only existed for like a little bit more than 100 years. And quite frankly, a lot of people in our city don't have living rooms. So we wanted to explore what does it mean to come inside my living room. There's so many interesting ideas about living rooms, like who belongs. So living rooms are our most public space in our private homes. We don't just invite anyone, we invite certain people into them. And so as we did this show, we wanted to create a space of belonging and invite Prince George into our living room.
I like it. Wow, this is super cool, super cool. So a lot of arts involved, including you, Sheila, here. Now tell me a little bit about your story and how you got involved.
Well, I think it's important that when it comes to your living room, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind closed doors. Obviously, we have guests in, we have people that come and enjoy our living room for us, but for me, my living room means a lot in my routine, in the day-to-day that I share with my family and friends and my cats. I think it's...
How many cats?
2 cats.
Just 2, okay.
Might be 4 soon.
Do you want to shout out their names if they're listening?
Azu and Miso, oh my gosh.
I know they'll appreciate that. Okay, but you were part of the, I want to say the collective kind of recruited you to join. So What was that like to feel that?
I think it was exciting to feel recognized in like my artiste, and I think it's been really fun being a part of a community, and it's really fun having our Thursdays together, doing our art together. That it feels a little bit like I was in high school doing the art room again, and I think it's really nice having that community and having that safe space to be in.
Yeah, and Danny, you're part of the safe space as well here. Tell me a little bit about how you came into the collective and what you hope to get across with this exhibition here at the Omineca.
Well, first off, I've known Amelia for a while, and she actually got me into school. Yeah. So I heard about it, and it's been a beautiful experience, being able to express myself through art. The living room project. It was a little bit challenging for me for the reasons that the happiest memory I have of a living room was when my siblings were all around, and it actually helped me heal in some ways. To be able to get that grief out on the art piece. So. Yes. Yeah.
Powerful. So a lot of emotion behind this art.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the things that I'm going to say is what's been really cool about this project is the healing that's happened. Several people, myself included, when we did our living room art, we were recognizing people who are no longer with us, and we want them to be in our space. So there's lots of love in our living rooms. There's lots of cats in our living rooms as well, and lots of plants. So I would say Prince George specializes in the plants and the cats category in our living rooms. But we wanted to really honor also the people who have existed in our living rooms before. And we know that in our city that there's a lot of crisis around poverty. There's a lot of crisis around a number of things. And so some of our living room projects recognize the grief that we're experiencing.
Yeah, definitely. Tell me a little bit about the workshops as part of this exhibition too, because this is a very cool portrait.
So on Thursdays, Omineca is a phenomenal space in our city. And I really just want to compliment the board and Jen and the folks that make Omineca happen. Every Thursday from 6 to 9, we have a creative collective and we come together. There's no instruction. There's no, you don't have to follow any patterns. You can drop in when you want and you do art together. And so we've been doing that for the last, 12 Thursdays together, and that will continue even on. And as part of this show, on May 10th, we have our opening party. It's at 2 p.m. at Omineca. We're going to have an artist talk and we're going to have food, and it's all ages. So we've got artists as young as 7 in our show. Wow. And at the show, there's going to be ways for children to interact. So it's an all ages event. On May 17th at 2 o'clock, we will have a workshop. It's the long weekend. So if you're not heading out of town, come to the workshop and come do some community art with us. And then on the 27th, we're going to have a dance party in our living room.
A living room dance party.
So, some of us feel a little bit shy to dance in public. This is going to be like no structure required. We've got 3 amazing musicians who are going to be performing, or they're going to be playing in our living room, and we're invited to just dance like no one's watching. This is in collaboration with the Community Moves project. So Community Moves Festival is in the last week of May. So May 27th at 7 p.m., we're going to be dancing in this living room.
Come and check out the exhibition on now here at the Omineca Arts Centre. It's a great time, including the workshops and the concert at the end of the month. We'll include all the details on ckpgtoday.ca. Thanks so much for making the time to chat.
Local Artist Spotlight on CKPG Today is brought to you by Omineca Arts Centre, a safe space for creativity to flourish.
Miss an episode? That's okay, life gets busy. We get it. Or maybe you didn't miss anything, but you're here to watch that one feature again because honestly, it was that good. No judgment. Here's the good news. You can relive every moment of the CKPG Today show whenever you want. Head over to ckpgtoday.ca, click on the Today Show tab, and voila. So grab some snacks, kick back, and binge away because let's face it, life's too short to miss out on great local TV.
The Open Door Cafe, of course, they have an open door ready for you. And today, we're opening some doors for some good people down at Mills Office Supplies in Prince George because, well, it's the only way to celebrate coffee with Caden, fulfilling our delivery of some good office supplies. Some would argue the Open Door Cafe, probably the best office supplies you can possibly get. We're gonna go visit the folks downtown today. Come on along for the ride. Yeah, you walk inside Mills Office Productivity downtown Prince George. This is what you get here on First Avenue. A lot of coffee and treats from us today too with Alicia. Thanks for making the time and congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're so excited. We love Open Door Cafe, so this is a great treat.
Yeah, so usually, we come and drop off the coffee and then kind of go to the next shoot, but we thought we would sit down and chat a little bit today too. Now, first question, do you think coffee, being we're in an office supply productivity shop, is it the most important?
It is the most important, and we do sell a lot of coffee and a lot of coffee pods and all of the supplies for your lunchroom. So yeah, we sell it all.
Okay, so you guys got a lot around here to take in the showroom, where there's desks, chairs. Walk me through a little bit about Mills and what you guys are all about.
Mills is a BC locally owned company, so Canadian and BC owned. We service the Prince George area, and we supply everything from like paper, pens, your cups with your name on it, everything.
Everything. Awesome. Okay, well, thanks for having us today. We're going to do a little Cheerio here with all the treats, all the coffees, courtesy of the Open Door Cafe. Of course, if you want your business or group entered, head online to ckpgtoday.ca and you can have coffee with us here on the show. Thanks, Alicia.
Excellent. Thank you, Caden.
Is your group or business interested in winning coffee with Caden? Need a little pick-me-up? All you have to do is enter online at ckpgtoday.ca and you could be our next recipients for Coffee with Caden. Cheers to great coffee from great people at the Open Door Cafe. Taking a look outside of today's CKPG Snapshot, Mother Nature was painting pictures once again here out on Stewart Lake, and Linda Thomas. She caught this spectacular scene for us. Beautiful as always. The reflections, just, I don't know, something about this photo makes you think of warmer days ahead. Definitely. No pink in the sky, though. I'm surprised by this. Maybe there was before the photo. Sailor's Delight, we'll have to TBD on that one. But thanks, Linda. If you have a snapshot, send it away. Snapshot at ckpg.com.
Yes, famous person, buy what famous person likes. Do it.
There you go. It's a signed photo that helps, I think. But.
Yeah, you know, we have that encouragement.
Well, you're good. You're good at math.
I might have calculated this before I showed up here today.
You don't need a gym membership. Just join a grade 4 and 5 gym class a couple times a week. You'll be fine.
Hey, it is the Magic of Prince George. You're part of the Magic of Prince George, Amy.
And they're kind of like these big puppets, really.
I would love to see Caden dressed up as a wooden puppet. I think that has highlight reel potential.
Would I be a real boy then? Is that...
Yeah, probably.
You can refrain from that, Bob?
So there's lots of love in our living rooms. There's lots of cats in our living rooms as well, and lots of plants. So I would say Prince George specializes in the plants and the cats category in our living rooms.
Very traditional. Band is called La Cimarrona.
Okay, is that Canada's Nickelback? Is it?
Not quite. Not quite. As in band, as in like a bunch of wind
reference.
instruments. And yeah, it's kind of
different than
not
Nickelback.
pop band.
Okay.
Though they do play pop now.
Hey there, got an idea or a suggestion for the show? Reach out and connect through our social media or send us an email at letstalk@ckpgtoday.ca.
Some of my favorite memories as a kid came on 4 wheels. I'm talking about on go-karts. I don't know if you've ever driven one. The ones that go fast, not the electric ones, the ones that are ungoverned and they run on gas. Maybe this 150cc would be something that would, well, open your eyes. We're going to take a look back at that today in local history.
Tires turning on another go-kart season back in 2002. You can see Brad Johnson, 13 years old, sitting in the cart, and Cal Johnson, his dad, behind him. And well, the Johnsons, they have plenty of racing history. Prince George have done it for years. According to this article here from 2002, they've been doing it since at least then. But yeah, they test their skills in a go-karting track here in Prince George, 549 meters, and then they go down to Quesnel, do it there as well, and compete kind of on a little circuit. Cool little series of events. Some cool local history. Maybe remember watching some of those.
So not only is it a cool day for go-karts, but also if you look deeper into that local history piece, a little named Bobstow, his name's Cal Johnson. I don't know if you remember, we had him on the show to talk about his poker wins. So that's a cool name. Flashback, go-karts, racing, and poker. Life in Prince George or whatever it was, wasn't it? Maybe a life, yeah, sure, it could sell for a life in Prince George. Anyways, thanks so much for watching today, and go enjoy your coffee from the Open Door Cafe. Tell them I sent you. Bye for now, folks.